Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love, to Astro Fenixx, flying into the moment yet again and radiating love as always. And welcome to the daily oracle card message for today, September 23rd of 2019. I appreciate all of your continued support and you continuing to rise in love with me on this beautiful day. And I realized that I haven't been making these daily or supposedly daily messages on the weekends, but I actually kind of like having the weekend off as far as making these videos go. So what I'm actually probably going to do is I'll obviously make them for Monday through Friday, but then also on Friday night, I probably will go live and do like a weekend oracle card message because, you know, a lot of times I end up working on Saturday at one of my jobs, and then Sunday is I watch football. So, you know, it is what it is. That's just, this is how it goes. I'm into, of course, astrology and tarot and esoteric stuff, but I like football too. So it's like, yeah, I'm one of those guys. Anyways, excuses aside, let's hop into the screening. Let's hop in to see what we got going on. I'm using the color card deck as well as the Answer is Simple Oracle card decks today. And it is Libra season. Woohoo! That means fall has officially begun. The sun is in its fall position. So, yeah. Let's see what we got going on. Happy solar return. Happy Phoenix rising to all of the wonderful Libras out there. And let's see what we got going on for this first day of Libra season. All right, so I got that one shuffled. Let's get this one shuffled. Let's see what we got going on for energies today. Boom, 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 boom. And all right. All right, that should be good. So we're gonna actually, this card's kind of popping out to me. We'll do that card, and we're going to do that card. Let's see what we got going on. We have Accept Love, and we have the color of mauve, which is Enjoy Clear Hearing. Wow. If this does not represent Libra season, especially with the sun being at 0 degrees, I don't know what will. A lot of times we hear what we want to hear, but clear hearing is not just simply hearing what someone says, but it is the tone, it's the vibration in those words. And then even then, you have to go beyond those words and listen to their heart. Libra is the sign of partnerships and relationships. And this isn't just, romantic. This is, family. This is siblings. This is, this is colleagues. This is friends. This is random people. But I am getting the sense that this is going to be more on the romantic side of things. This is actually kind of perfect considering, considering a disagreement that me and my partner had last night. And I felt like this is exactly what was going on. It's like we were trying to show and accept each other's love, but it was this difficulty in hearing the other person clearly and having to put ourselves in the other person's shoes. So today is going to be a day where it may even be a little difficult to try and accept love, because we do have this wonderful T-square with the North Node, Mercury, and the South Node. The Moon actually was there. The Moon actually was there as the Sun was shifting into Libra. So that's actually going to kind of set the tone for this Libra season. We're going to kind of carry this energy. Whenever you get a shift like this from the sun going into another sign, wherever the planets are, especially the moon, that's going to in many ways set the tone for the energy of that season. So when the sun shifted into Libra, the moon was at 15 degrees of Cancer, and the North Node was at 14 degrees of Cancer, with the South Node, of course, being at, excuse me, hold on, let me just look at it real quickly, was also at 14 degrees of Capricorn, and Saturn was there at 13 degrees. This was all the while, these energies in Cancer and Capricorn respectively were making a square over to Mercury in Libra, which was actually at 14 degrees, getting ready to hit 15 degrees of Libra. And what's even kind of more profound with this is that, Libra, that energy, the Libra energy, the Venusian energy, it is ruled by the 6 in numerology, and that's where the moon was. So there was almost this aspect where it's like we can feel deeply into what other people are trying to convey to us through their words, but sometimes it can be just a slight bit off. I mean, Mercury was pretty much at 15 degrees. It was 14 degrees and 57 solar minutes of Libra. So it was at its actual degree, because 1 + 4 is 5, and 5 in numerology is that Mercury energy. But it is in Libra. It was almost at 15 degrees, which is the midpoint, is the middle ground. It is trying to find the harmony in everything, trying to find the common ground between both sides, the first 15 degrees of a sign and the last 15 degrees of a sign. But like I said, what was beautiful is that we did have the moon here. And in many ways, Mercury can also rule over hearing. So this is going to be a time where if you really want to open up and accept love from other people, we have to enjoy this clear hearing. We can't just hear what we want to hear, because sometimes we will actually filter out the love that someone is trying to give us because we're trying to hear something that they're not saying or they're not meaning, And like I said, we want to have this sort of T-square energy as the sort of stamp of what this Libra season is going to be about. So not really the easiest energy to deal with, but at the same time, just because it's a T-square, just because it's a challenging aspect, it actually helps to promote the most growth. So you can definitely expect with these cards and with the energies, with the astrology of the day and how this is going to carry out through Libra season, you can experience some challenges, but also what will promote a lot of growth, which is ironic because this is the fall season. So that's when things are beginning to fall. That's when things are beginning to decay. And this is really a harvest season. So let's see what we have going on for the astrology dice to kind of augment this reading. And one of the die fell onto the floor. And that's honestly okay. And I honestly can't tell because it landed like in the middle. So we're going to roll that again. And lo and behold, we got Mercury. So we have Mercury. So we have Mercury and Aquarius and the second house. So this is actually dealing with communicating to the masses and to other people our values and what it is that we truly, this is our value system. The second house is this Taurus energy. Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is in the second house, but it is retrograde. So there is this element where we're wanting to communicate our truth and our value to other people, but there can be a little bit of confusion here, because if we set up, this is exactly what I was talking to my fiance about last night, but I had the same thing, just because I was telling this to her, like an observation. It's really, we're all reflections of each other. So this is honestly something I needed to tell myself and listen to myself, because the reason I was able to say what I said is because I was a match to the words that were coming out of my mouth. But sometimes when we have a set of values and we try and communicate it to other people and it's not received very well, we can end up adapting this sort of pessimistic or these sort of expectations on other people and be like, how come they don't believe in what I'm believing? How can they not hear the value in what I'm saying? And this is, we have to realize that there's a bunch of people here in this world. There's a bunch of spirits. There's a bunch of different journeys and a bunch of different adventures and experiences here. So not everyone is going to be on the same path, and that's perfectly okay. We can make a splash in this world. We can make a difference in this world, but it does start from within. And like I said, not everyone is going to really hear the value in what you're saying, and that's okay. There's no need to sort of build up this expectation that because you perceive it as a good thing for humanity, that it's like, and it's almost sort of like it's obvious that we would want to go in this direction, just like it's obvious that we wouldn't want homelessness in the world. It's obvious that we wouldn't want hunger in the world. It's obvious that we want to eliminate unnecessary deaths in the world, such as like car accidents and stuff. Maybe we eventually get self-driving cars that are very, very, very safe or something. It's obvious that we want to eliminate all these issues, but everyone may have a different way of trying to, remedy that situation. Some people don't want to remedy the situation. And, we have to accept that. But we also have to realize that, this is Libra season. So this is the season where we're going to be looking to find harmony. And we can accept each other's love by enjoying this clear hearing and realizing that, yes, the words that someone says are important. Even the tone of their voice is important. But hearing something is not just about hearing the world and the words that they're saying. It's their hearts. It's their energy. It goes beyond that external reality. It goes beyond simply what they're emitting, what they're saying. Another way to really enjoy clear hearing is to simply not talk. Actually, I think there are some parts in the world where they do talking fasts. I thought about doing that too, like going an entire day without verbally speaking. It'd be kind of interesting. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I thought about that. So, and when you get into a state like that, I would imagine it'd be a very meditative state, because then you're not using your vocal cords. There's no vibration as far as that goes, or at least it's very, 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 very minimal. And then really you're kind of just talking to yourself, and it's almost like you're not shutting off your throat chakra. It's almost like you're cleansing and activating it even more so. So kind of an interesting reading. Some challenges for this Libra season, sure, but ultimately I believe it's going to promote a lot of growth. I believe that, if relationships make it through and become stronger, then they will be quite strong if they make it through these challenges. And if people are willing to kind of step out of their comfort zone and are willing to, step into someone else's shoes in perspective, then we can realize that we're just all trying to do the best that we can with this thing called life. And there's no need to really just, have these crazy expectations on other people, because then that's just going to disappoint us. It's better to be just pleasantly surprised by someone's, wants and desire to create a beautiful world instead of just expecting people to do so. That's one thing I think is like, especially we expect like people with like millions and billions of dollars to make a difference in the world and stuff like that, and they kind of do, but we expect them to do like philanthropic stuff because they have all this money, and they're not all thinking that way, unfortunately, and it's not even unfortunate. It just is what it is, and we just have to accept all the love that's around us. There's love all around us. We are love. So, just pause, take a moment, look around to your day today, observe, enjoy the clear hearing, accept the love, have gratitude, cherish every moment, and realize that there are individuals out there that do get your message, that do hear you out. And you got to also remember this Aquarius energy. It's kind of like, it kind of rules the internet. So even if you're, speaking your truth and your values, and someone in your direct vicinity does not necessarily hear, that doesn't mean that somebody on the other side of the world doesn't hear it from their heart, and that somehow you guys end up connecting in the future, because that's possible. It's like an antenna, and it's like a signal, and it's like beep, 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 beep. Oh, there's somebody over here who could be 500, 1,000, 1,500 miles away that says something that I resonated with. And it'll first come up in their subconscious. We're all connected. The internet is from inside. It's not external. Anyways, that is it for your reading today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to astrofenixx.com. And as always, my beautiful brothers and sisters, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.